I had a magical childhood. I grew up in Brazil. I grew up playing outside mostly, and I met all kinds of international people. I went to a school that was built by my family that had 63 different nationalities in it. I learned how to entertain. I learned how I dress. I learned how I speak to people. All of that I learned in Brazil, very much influenced by Brazil. Brazilians are very warm, welcoming people. I like to think that I brought that with me to Canada. It was difficult, because Canadians are not always like that. But, you know, so we figured it out. I actually thought I was adopted, and I used to say that as a joke, but I mean, I went from Copacabana Beach and all these wonderful beaches and the warmth and the sunlight to boarding school in New Brunswick. My parents wanted me to be a proper young lady. They also wanted a boarding school where I couldn't get out until the holiday Christmas, because I had nowhere to go, you know, basically. So, and they liked the people they had friends who had children at this school. So it was I hated it the first term. I cried the whole time. But I ended up as valedictorian in my class and head girl, and you know, I loved it when my boarding school and I came to terms with each other. After school, boarding school, I went to Mount Allison University, and by then I was tired of small town everything, and I'm a city. I grew up in a city, and I had a boyfriend up here, so it was a big incentive for me to move, and my mother wasn't very pleased, but I moved up here for that. I mean, when I came back from living in France, fundraising was a business, and you got paid for it. When I was doing it in the early years, you didn't get paid. You were a volunteer. And actually, our poor husbands had to put their hands in their pockets a lot for decor. We all tried to get decor all donated. We worked at getting most things donated. We all were volunteers. We would get our children involved. We'd get everybody possible involved to help, to make the decorations. We made a lot of the Brazilian ball decorations in my basement. We had very talented people who were artists who could draw these wonderful backdrops. It started like that. I love a lot about Toronto. I love its multiculturalism. I know so many people here now. And I'm a people mixer. I love to mix people up. So I know artists, I know actors, I know social people, I know lawyers, I know business people, and so if you learn how to mix them all up, it makes for a great party. And so Toronto has grown up a lot since I first came to live here, a lot. La Dolce Vita to me is La Dolce Vita, but I think what it really means in today's language is live in the dream. And it means enjoying your life to the fullest. It means a love of beautiful things. It means you can party, doesn't matter what kind of a party it is, as long as you're happy. It means happiness. It means taking pleasure in your environment, taking pleasure from the people you're with, taking pleasure from your family. So La Dolce Vita to me means enjoying the best of everything.
Great. Thank you so much. That was so lovely.